guys, it's Brittany. So today's gonna be a movie review, and today I'll be reviewing my favorite musical movie, The Phantom of the Opera. And it was released in theaters on December 22nd, 2004. And it was directed by the late Joel Schumacher. May he rest in peace. And he was such a really great director. He has directed The Lost Boys and my favorite personal Batman movie, Batman Forever. And he just directed that movie so well. And the first time I watched it, I just completely fell in love with it. Everything. And the music is composed by Andrew Lloyd Webber, and the music is amazing. It really is. It's just really beautiful and really outstanding. And the costume designs are incredible. And I don't know who did the costume designs, but I'm pretty sure everyone, they had a lot of, you know, hardworking people that were making the costumes, you know, to make it look like that it looked like at that time, because the story takes place in the flashbacks is takes place in 1919, but way before of what happened at the end of the movie. The story takes place, with Christine, Rao, and the Phantom, and all these other things were going on. It took place in 1870, so everything was just so well done, put together. And even the scenery, the location settings for this movie are really great. They're amazing as well. And wow, it's just everything about it is so, like, all together. It's so visually stunning. It really is. And of course, for those who about the story about the Phantom of the Opera, then and because it's about this young girl, Christine Daae, and her father died when she was quite young, when she was just a little girl. And now that she had grown up, it's like now she is taking place of La Carlotta. I had to make sure I'm saying that right. So yeah, she fills in her place, and she did so well with her singing voice, and everyone loved her voice that she got a lot of attention and recognition. So yeah, everyone just loved her. And so, and later she meets her childhood sweetheart Rao, and so of course they meet again. And it seems like, because they're now older, that things are they're getting quite close, really close. But then even the Phantom, when hears her sing, he's just blown away by her voice, that he ends up, having feelings for her as well. And even though, despite the fact that he has this very sad and dark side to him, but yet he has this other side to him where he does have feelings for her, and you can see that. And I love the cast. The cast is amazing, because there's Gerard Butler as the Phantom, which he's amazing in that role. And in all honesty, I would have to say, when I first watched this movie, around that time, I would say I was 13. And I would say since then, not only did I fall in love with the movie, which I still love, and I could watch it over and over again, and the music is amazing. But with Gerard Butler as the Phantom, I have to say he was like the perfect choice for that role, and his acting and his singing of that character is just wow. But I would just say, even since then, I, you know, had a secret crush on him, which, I mean, I still do. And even though that may not be a secret now, but that's fine, you know now. Um, but yes, I just love his performance as the Phantom. Like, it's just mesmerizing. Even with his singing, like that was really him singing. Because for those who had to sing, they had to they would practice for hours, uh, to sing like that, and that's really him singing um, through those different parts that he had to sing. That's really Gerard Butler singing, and but yes, his performance as the Phantom is just amazing. And I'm sorry if I keep saying that word, but it really is. It's just mesmerizing as well. And in a way, I'd say there are certain times where it's also hypnotic. And even during the part where he's singing Music of the Night to, to Christine, in a way, it's also like very, like it just pulls you in, and it's very, even during that performance as well, I can tell it's like very. I think the best way to put it is just very like seductive. If I had to choose a word, it would be that, because it was, and it just kind of makes you feel like it's hard to describe, but yeah, I just love that. It's just really great. And then with Emmy Rossum as Christine, I love her performance as well, because it does show she's playing this, character, and yet she does find herself having feelings for the Phantom, but at the same time she's having feelings for her um, childhood sweetheart Rao. So I think somehow she doesn't know, like, well, at the end she does know, and she ends up making her decision on who she wants to be with. And then there's Patrick Wilson as Rao, and as some of you may know, Patrick Wilson, he um, he also came out in The Conjuring as Ed Warren, and he came out in the Insidious movies. And yes, I've seen those movies. They are scary. But yes, I have to say possibly before Insidious, and especially before he played Ed Warren in the Conjuring movies, he played Rao in this um, musical romantic movie. So yeah, some of you may not know that, but you know now. But yeah, that is very interesting. And I love his performance as well, because at the same time, you can see that he really has feelings for Christine, and that he does love her, and yet he would do anything to protect her, no matter what or who it may be. And so, like, it just shows how protective he is and how he loves her. And he has a really good singing voice too, like, he does. And But yeah, all the cast and their characters is just amazing. And there's Miranda Richardson as Madame Jury, and some of you may know her from Sleepy Hollow, because yeah, she did play the stepmother, but of course she was the one who was the one calling out to the Headless Horseman and everything. But yes, you may know her from that. But yes, she's in this movie too, and the cast is great. And so yeah, I just love everyone's performance. And I have to say, although I do see how Christine and Rao have feelings for each other and love each other, at the same time, I feel bad for the Phantom because he has no one. Like, because as there's a part where it shows how even as a young boy that he was, I think he was with these group of people. I think it was a circus, but I'm not sure if it was a circus or not. And he was treated very poorly just because one side of his face is disfigured. And yet, there were other kids who actually made fun of him, laughed at him because of that. And I think, because even Madame Jury, she was a young girl when she saw this in the flashback that it shows. And I think at that time when that happened, the young Phantom as a boy, he was so fed up. I think he just couldn't take any more of being laughed at and being made fun of by other people and by other children as well, that he killed the man um, who was making money off of him just because of those who are laughing and making fun of him. So yeah, he killed him with a rope. Choked him to death. But he did that so he could escape that kind of life. Um, but yeah, even though what he did was not good, definitely not, but yet I think he just had a lot of rage and anger that it just made him led to make that kind of decision, even as a young child. So after that happened, the young Madame Jury, she helped him escape. And since then, she brought him to the opera house, and that was pretty much his home all his life. And but yeah, so even though in a way he's mad, like I said, even though he has this sad and dark past of his life, and even though he has that dark side to him, yet I I can see that he also has this other side to him where he doesn't want to be like that, and where he does want to change to become a better person. And I think with Christine, maybe she could have maybe helped him with that. But yet I think when it came to her making the decision of to choose Rao over him, I think that made him very jealous and just so full of rage that he was willing to kill Rao. Um, and so even though his decisions were not good when it comes to things like that, out of rage and was so full of anger, it's yeah, I think I can see that when he looks at Christine, he doesn't want to be that kind of person. He doesn't want to be the kind of man who's like that and who just wants to change, to become a better person. And so, yes, the story is just really great, and it does show this love triangle between these three. And it's like I said, even though I don't mind that Ron and Christine end up being together, but at the same time, when she at the end when she goes back and she gives her engagement ring to the Phantom, I think she gave him that so that way is something he could remember her by. And yet she still leaves and goes with Rao, but even though when she does, she has this sad look on her face. But it seems like with that sad look on her face, I think she still feels like she still has feelings for the Phantom, but yet if it seems like she had to push them away, like had to hide them deep inside, and she just had to go with Rao even though she had feelings for both. So it seemed like it was probably a really hard decision. So, and yet it's just so heartbreaking too at the end. Um, yes, this is such a really great movie, and I love Patrick Wilson's performance as Raoul because you do feel for him, and you do feel like yes, he should be with Christine. She should choose him. Like you feel that, but at the same time, it's like, well, maybe there could have been like another alternative decision here, where maybe he could try to say to her, if you want to be with me, um, you can't. Or if you want to be with him, that's something you have to think about. Like you have to choose on what you feel. But there was nothing like that. There was nothing like whether if you really want to be with me or with him, then you have to decide on what you feel, and so there's nothing like that. So, but yes, I do love his performance as well. He is a likable character, and I love Emmy Rossum's performance as Christine Daae. She did such a really great job, and you also feel for her as well. Like when she's sad, you feel sad, and it just shows how there are certain times where she feels scared and she doesn't know what to do, and that if she tried to make a decision, that somehow something's gonna get in the way and try to make her change her mind. And so yeah, I love her performance as well, and she seems really good too. And as I said before, I also love Gerard Butler's performance as the Phantom. Is just hypnotic, and it's just really really great to watch. It, like I said, it's just mesmerizing. Well, the whole movie itself is, and with I'd say especially the music, like the music score composed by Andrew Lloyd Webber, is just truly amazing. It is like it's it is haunting it in a certain way, but it's also really beautiful to listen to, and it really how can I put it? It really, I think the best way to put it is that with that kind of music, it just really fits in with the story and the time that it took place, and the characters so well, and even with the cast singing their own parts. Well, except for Minnie Driver, because Minnie Driver as La Carlotta, someone else had to sing those singing parts for her, except when it came to the end credits of Learn to Be Lonely, that was her singing of Minnie Driver. But no, someone else had to sing the singing parts for her when it came to her character in the movie. Yeah, even she did a really good job with her character as well, because you kind of think like, okay, gee, she's being a little over dramatic here, like, you know, because her character is like she gets so angry so easily, and she gets annoyed, and she's the one who really wants attention, like she wants to be the star on the stage, not Christine, and you can see how she's like, she just has that, she has she's just like that, where it's like all about me. Like, I just want the attention. I want everyone to love me, and when I'm on stage, like, okay, come on. Like, you can't have the attention all the time. Someone else needs some attention. You know, we all do. Like, I know we all want attention one way or another, but when it comes to having attention where you're pushing people away and then you're like very self-centered, then that's not a good thing. But if you want attention where you're not self-centered, then that's okay. So yeah, her character though kind of irritates me because, you know, like I said, she's self-centered. She wants attention all to herself, you know, all about her, you know, and it's like, you know, she makes me roll my eyes at her, but still, like I said, Minnie Driver did a good job with La Carlotta, and yeah, everyone did such a good job, and like I said, I really love Gerard Butler's performance as a Phantom. It's just, like I said, it's just like really great, and I just love to watch it. And it's the whole movie. It's just very not only entertaining, but it's very enjoyable, and it just it just pulls you in with those emotions of what it makes you feel at that moment. So yeah, I love everything about it. Um, so so yeah, to rate this movie, I would definitely give like a 9 out of 10. I would say at least 95%, and I would give it 5 stars. That's my rating, and I absolutely love this movie. This was like my very first favorite Broadway musical that brought to life in this amazing movie that directed by Joel Schumacher and with the music by Andrew Lloyd Webber, which was the music is just really great. It really is, and everything is just so beautifully well done, and I love it. I never get tired of it, and I just love to watch it every time I watch it. And I love the music, the songs, and the cast who's seen their own, like who's seen the songs as well. Like, it's just like wow, you know, it's just like mind blowing. So that is my review. My favorite musical movie, The Phantom of the Opera. And I'm sorry this video went a bit long, but I felt like I had a lot to say. So, hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm thinking maybe possibly soon, maybe sometime next month, I could do a reaction video to maybe one of my favorite scenes from The Phantom of the Opera, and let me know if you would want to see that. But I'm still thinking that I want to do that anyway. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing that, which I think that will be a lot of fun. So that's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.